Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an epic live stream. And I just want to thank everyone for tuning in to my live stream, to my super chat. Thank you so very much. We get cell vitamins thank you so very much for tuning in. And this is just unbelievable. Well, we have Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania, so we're going to be hearing a little bit of that a little later on. But a couple minutes in, close to 200, a couple seconds in, close to 200. And it's not bad. We're going to have well over 1,000 this live stream, hopefully. And before we get to Trump calling the Russia nonsense a hoax, and the immediate rebuttal should be when people say, well, Dan Coates, the ODNI chief. Yeah, because even the intel officials in Trump's administration have to perpetuate the dumb lie. What are they going to say? Yeah, it's a hoax and a myth perpetuated by predecessors in Obama's administration. That totally undermines not only their current jobs, but it would undermine their budgets. A lot of this is, oh, we're really important. Most Americans have zero clue what the CIA or the NSA do. They know what the FBI does, pretty much. But you're talking about almost $35 billion for all three agencies. So obviously, if you have peace with Russia, if you don't really have any major power, there's no more bin Laden. So it's like, Dana Peterson, thank you. And to my super chat, thank you so very, very much. Thank you so very much for giving me every incentive. Dana Peterson, thank you, to rock these live streams. But so it's obviously a hoax because there's no evidence. You can't simply say, oh, well, trust us. There's evidence. Well, where is it? 300 people, 2 minutes in. Not bad. Hello, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And so where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? If I make a claim, if I make a statement, if I make an argument, or if I make if I state something, or an accusation, I need a claim. I need evidence for the claim. I can't say you stole my briefcase and there's no evidence. Waitona, Sullier, thank you. Thank you, Waitona. Thank you. Thank you, Waitona. So there's no evidence. Everyone knows they're lying. Nobody cares about it. But we have a whole bunch of really, really corrupt FBI agents, and Trump is draining the swamp of them. If you want to use that phrase, drain the swamp is still there. There are crocodiles and alligators and, reptilian monsters. But the old, reptiles, slimy reptiles, Peter Strzok, Andrew McCabe, James Comey, they have been removed. And the Office of Professional Responsibility now, and then you have other FBI agents, Sally Moyer, Kevin Kleinsmith, all these people. You have other FBI agents who will eventually be thrown under the bus by the FBI itself, the Office of Professional Responsibility. I'll read you a Daily Mail article before I get to the Fox News article. So, Peter Strzok demanded the right to declassify intelligence while he was... What the heck? Peter Strzok demanded the right to declassify intelligence while he was on the Mueller probe, probing Republicans' fears over Trump-hating agents' plans. So Judicial Watch uncovered the demand in a public record request. Strzok wanted to maintain authorities when he joined Russia probe, sought ability to approve national security letters, which initiate surveillance. Well, that's just great. Here's a guy who hates Trump, who has documented his hatred of Trump, and he gets to go ahead and approve national security letters. Surveillance. Initiate surveillance. Also wanted to keep ability to declassify information. Higher-ups approved his request. Claim Mueller probe got special authorities to target President Trump. President Trump. Strzok lost his post after anti-Trump texts were revealed. FBI lawyer Peter Strzok demanded and then secured special authorities to declassify material and authorize information requests when he joined special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia probe. Government documents revealed. New emails obtained by Judicial Watch show Strzok negotiating with counterintelligence chief Bill Priestap before formally joining the probe. The documents show Strzok driving a bargain and prevailing in his demands, which related to his working authority as a deputy assistant director. Gents, Strzok began his letter to a group of officials as he made his pitch. Broadly, I need to be able to act at least in the capacity of my old counterintelligence division deputy assistant director job. Approve national security letters. Declassify information, agent travel, requisition, etc. Strzok wrote in July 2017. His letter was addressed to Bill Priestap, FBI counterintelligence chief, and other officials. Of those, the most problematic and most essential is the declassification authority, Strzok wrote. Wow. So Strzok already knew. He's like, yeah, you know what? This is, it's going to be difficult to be able to just get declassification authority. Priestap responded July 19th, 6 days after Strzok's inquiry. In answer to your initial question, while assigned to the special counsel's office, you will retain everything he asked for, basically. Assuming the 7th floor approves, you will retain your ability to declassify all the things he asked for, to initiate investigations, all of the things he asked for. He wanted this is Tom Fitton of Judicial Watch, and when it all goes down, when Hillary gets indicted, all of these things, it'll be primarily because of Tom Fitton and Judicial Watch and the attorneys there. Tom Fitton of Judicial Watch told Fox the key authority Strzok wanted to preserve was the ability to authorize national security letters. He wanted the authority to issue national security letters, which essentially are secret requests for information that fall short of needing court approval. He also wanted, and he said this was essential, the ability to declassify information. Red Shield. Evidence. Most people for BS. Exactly. Lori Anstead, thank you. If they had any evidence, we would have known it a long time ago. Their number one goal has been to get Trump out of from the beginning. They would have already begun impeachment proceedings. Exactly. Exactly. I agree, Lori, 100%. They only cared about hurting Trump. And that's it. They only cared about hurting Trump, and that's really the only thing they cared about. This was not an issue where this was not, an investigation into some kind of wrongdoing where Trump said, oh, I'm going to pay Russian hackers to hack the DNC. That never happened. That never, ever happened. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you did not get notification, please go ahead and share this link. Just click share underneath the headline and share it on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you're at. Lori, I agree with you 100%. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, as always. So, I mean, it's just, you have a situation. Okay, so Fox News, Strzok demanded declassification other FBI powers before joining Mueller team. Emails show. He wanted all of this. He wanted all of this And he knew that some of it was not would breach protocol or was not normal. But check this out. This is
Judicial Watch obtaining email messages from Peter Strzok showing he requested to keep his security clearance after being added to special counsel Robert Mueller's team.
Thank you, Trish.
Judicial Watch says gave the Mueller probe special access to target President Trump. Joining me now, Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton. So Tom did it.
So listen to Tom Fitton. It's really, really interesting. Tom Fitton is like, he is at the forefront. Judicial Watch, Paul Sperry. There's some other people. I'd like to put myself up there also, but I know that Tom Fitton and Judicial Watch are infinitely more important than my voice. Hillary Clinton will eventually get charged with a crime. She's a walking criminal. She deliberately and intentionally transferred special access program intelligence, top secret intelligence from cybernet JAWX and SCIFs onto her basement server. It wasn't for yoga or convenience. It was to hide. U.S. Code 793F of the Espionage Act. Even if she was too stupid to realize what she was doing, under gross negligence, she would have been charged. Now Peter Strzok, who said, oh, I have an insurance policy, we have to stop Trump, and Trump voters are smelly. Trump voters are smelly. A political reporter said they're garbage people with bad teeth. Since when are these like liberals suddenly like the epitome of beauty? Garbage voter, bad teeth. So listen to Tom Fitton. He's really, really interesting.
Oh, it sure did. Strzok wouldn't have asked for it if he didn't think it would be useful in his new job. He had to get approval from his supervisor, Bill Priceip, who agreed to it. So he wanted the authority to issue national security letters, which essentially are a secret request for information that falls short of needing Congress or court approval. He also wanted, and he said that this was essential, which is very unusual. He wanted the ability to declassify information. He wanted to keep that ability. Why on earth would he need that ability in the new position? You know, and Mr. Strzok is not an honest guy in the sense he was removed by Mr. Mueller over these text messages. Mueller didn't tell anyone about it for 4 months. Then he was removed.
So Mueller removes him for text messages, and then Strzok said, well, no, I didn't. It wasn't removed for my bias. So this is the this is the interesting part in all of this. So he's removed from the Mueller probe. Mark Skog, HA was walkaway OG. HA was walkaway OG before it was a thing. The shirt is on its way. I can't wait to meet hashtag Goodman and cronies wearing my profanity alert shirt. Thank you, Mark Skog. Thank you, Mark. By the way, thank you. Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate that. And Mark, you know, it's true. I guess you could say I wasn't smart enough to actually, you know, go ahead and do a kind of walk away, whatever phrase. But and anyway, I think that if I had tried to, they'd be like, whatever, you're an idiot. But yeah, I mean, here's the, so ladies and gentlemen, here is the t-shirt, the profanity alert t-shirt. We have 400 people now. So this will hopefully go to like 600, 700, 800 people. And Mark, thank you so very much. If you want a profanity alert t-shirt, if you watched the channel for a while, you know that I used to have profanity alerts. This is a profanity alert. So here's the, and we'll start seeing HA shirts at Trump rallies. Joseph Arbuckle. I'll be the next Q. Oh, no, I said a bad thing. I'll get to Q later on. So here it is again. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. If you want a profanity alert shirt, here you go. So thank you, Mark. Again, thank you so very much. And so let's continue listening because Tom Fitton has some pretty interesting insights.
Walked out of the FBI headquarters after the IG report showed more anti-Trump bias. So given what he was doing and the lack of trust we have in what he was doing, we should be asking, why was it he needed this essential effort, this essential power to declassify information?
Why would a guy, Shalak Collins, hurting Trump was the plan, failed terribly. Yes, Shalak Collins. So thank you again, Mark Skog. Thank you. Shalak Collins, everyone go ahead and subscribe to Shalak's channel. Just click on the top right, the top three of the little drop down 3 dots right next to Shalak's name on the right, just like everyone has in their profile. Go to channel and hit subscribe. Hit subscribe right now to Shalak Collins' channel. And it's 2,734 people. We need 3,000. So the theme of this, as of course I misspelled aloud on my thing, which is maybe why that nobody got notification. I typed the title really quickly, but Shalak Collins, 3,000 subs. We got to get to 3,000 because she deserves to be at 1 million, at least 100,000, at least. She's a great, great voice. And so right now she has 2,734. Here is her Shalak Collins. Thank you. Here is her. Oh, dropped 2 videos this evening. Check them out. Exactly. Shalak Collins, thank you so very, very much. Thank you so very, very much for supporting this. Here it is, everyone. Her channel. So we got 400 people now, 16 minutes in. We'll get to 600-700 people a little later. But Shalak Collins is a very, thank you. Wendy Breeze Flower, thank you. So Shalak Collins is a really powerful voice. She's really awesome. Beautiful inside and out. And she's just great. She's 2,734. Let's get her to 3,000. Let's get her to 3,000. Tweet out her channel, please, and share it on Facebook. Thank you again, Shalak. She's awesome. Let's go ahead. Okay, so why did he need the security clearance? To declassify information. Well, let's find out.
Issue national security letters. What was he doing for Mueller's team? I mean, that's the big question. And that the corruption around Strzok has infected the Mueller operation. Few want to talk about it. Mueller needs to be asked directly about it.
And we asked that question in the context of all of those anti-Trump text messages that have now been reviewed.
And that's the thing also. He hated Trump. He hated Trump. He hated Trump. So you have a situation where he hated Trump. And, you know, you don't want a person who hated Trump to be part of a situation where you're now investigating. Not only did you cover up the Clinton email probe, which was an overt cover-up, you also have a situation where he's now investigating Trump on nonsense. The Mueller probe was based on the Steele dossier that was completely unverified.
Revealed between Peter Strzok and his then lover, Lisa Page. So then is this, Tom, are you able to conclude from your own research, is this the smoking gun? Does this prove bias on the part of the FBI towards the Trump campaign?
Who is asking for unusual authority to use for the benefit of Mr. Mueller. You know, this is why the president's frustrated. He sees Peter Strzok doing these odd things, being an anti-Trumper, and no wonder he's calling on Jeff Sessions to shut the Mueller operation down. When you have folks like that, folks like Mueller, who obviously was behind the FISA warrants that are so outrageous, and having this agenda against Trump, getting this special dispensation to take all the authority he had as number 2 counterintelligence official and move it into the Mueller operation for who knows what purposes. We can't trust what he was doing. So emails like this lead to more questions.
So, and you're referencing one of the tweets from the president this morning saying that the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, should stop the rigged witch hunt right now. He sent that one before the latest of a series of tweets, Tom, in which he says this: Russian collusion with the Trump campaign, one of the most successful in history, is a total hoax. The Democrats paid for the phony and discredited dossier, which was, along with Comey, McCabe, Strzok, and his lover, the lovely Lisa Page, used to begin the witch hunt. The
lovely Lisa Page. I love it. Mag Air Evening, HAG Air, Maga. Thank you. Thank you, Mag Air. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again. Make America Great Again, Air. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, it's just unbelievable. So, he's calling Lisa Page the lovely Lisa Page because he knows, he kind of is hinting almost, oh, she's flipping and singing. You know, the flipping and singing is all happening, but not Rick Gates won't even testify against Mueller. Rick Gates won't even flip on Mueller. I mean, Manafort. So there you go. There you go. Page is singing. And you have a situation now. Let's look at. So Trump is in Pennsylvania. Make America Great Again rally in Pennsylvania. Let's listen to what's going on right now. So
Anthony Bourdain.
Okay, hold on a second. So he's in a rally now in Pennsylvania. Let's listen to Trump.
I hear Texas is in play. That means it's so close. There's going to be all night long before we find out who wins the state of Texas. And I couldn't understand it. And they said Utah is in play. I couldn't understand it. Go to Utah, great people, incredible people. And then we come to election night. Now, I figured it's going to be close in Texas because I believed those people. No longer.
So he's kind of basically talking about the election and everything that we, heard, all the fake news that, oh, Texas is could Clinton win Texas? Can Clinton win Utah? That's called fake news. She was nowhere near winning in Texas or Utah, not even really in North Carolina. But let's continue. This is actually just right now. It's going on right now.
So it hits 8 o'clock, and they go.
And that's also another thing that people don't get. They don't get that people enjoy Trump's personality. They don't get that. They don't understand that people enjoy Trump's personality.
Like 2 seconds after 8. Donald Trump has won the state of Texas. Donald Trump has won the state of Utah.
So this is just an example. Like they don't understand. They just don't get it. They don't get why people enjoy Trump. They don't get why people enjoy Trump. Red Shield. I like Jimmy Dore a lot. What do you think of Jimmy Dore? I think Jimmy Dore is great. I think Jimmy Dore is great. He's very good. Very good. I have a lot of respect for Jimmy Dore. I think he's awesome. I think he's awesome. Yeah, he's awesome. Tweeting this out right now. I love Jimmy Dore. So let's just, where does he say hoax though? That's is
our first lottery winner. You know, they think we're playing like a game show. Our first lottery winner, let's see, he has 7 convictions for death. He's killed 9 people. And we're getting him the hell out of our country and giving them to the stupid politicians that have been running the United States for many years. And we're going to send him up there because... And we did great with the women.
We did great with the women. Only Trump can say that. Only Trump can say that. And we did great with the women, which is true.
In fact, I remember again on election night, they said, how the hell did this happen? Remember they were giving you phony numbers on that too. The veterans' unemployment rate has reached the lowest level in 18 years, and that's going to go up very well.
Wow. That's great.
More than 3.5 million Americans have been lifted off food stamps. More than 4 million Americans are going to receive job training under our new workforce initiative. Manufacturing, consumer, and business confidence has reached the highest level in the history of our country. I'd say.
So it's really tough. It's really tough. And then you have Aaron Burnett slams Trump officials' alternative universe. It's an alternative universe to CNN, yes. It's not an alternative universe. Chaz1422, when fake news reports on Manafort case, they have to really hype ostrich skin jackets since any word on Trump is forbidden in court. Ellis is genius. Yeah. Absolutely. Ellis is genius. Yeah. T.S. Ellis is awesome. Awesome. And I agree with you 100%. And let's go ahead really quickly. So Strzok, stop Trump text. This is, he doesn't recall saying that we'll stop Trump text. Check it out. So this is the type of guy you're dealing with here.
Who's the he? And he's not. He is then candidate Trump. So when you said no, Donald Trump's not, in connection with the question going to become president, what's the it?
Chairman
We'll
Gotti,
stop it.
Chairman Gotti, that text needs to be taken in the context.
Chairman Gotti, as you can see, I actually said what I felt. But if you think I'm going to explain what I felt to you now, that's not the case. Chairman Gotti, no. You're taking it literally, as if I said, no, we will stop Trump from becoming president, which is exactly what I said. Chairman Gotti, again, you just don't understand. You're reading it as if I said, we will stop Trump from becoming president, which is exactly the words that I typed. We'll stop it. We'll stop it from happening. But see, you don't understand what's really taking place because you don't have the intellect that I have. And when I said that and wrote that, you need the context. Stupid person.
Asking, look, if you want to have a debate over a 2-letter word, we're going to have to do that some other time. What and who did you mean by it?
Mr. Gotti, as I've stated, that text was written late at night.
Mr. Gotti, you do realize that this is written late at night. Okay, first apologize to me. I want to hear it. I want to hear the apology to me. Apologize. Apologize what's happening right now. Apologize.
Good evening.
What did I just just click myself?
In shorthand. I don't care when it was written. I don't care whether it was longhand, cursive. I don't care about any of that.
It was written in shorthand. Obviously, I didn't take my quail feather, ostrich jacket, quail feather quill that was given to me by Thomas Jefferson. Had I done that, I would not have written that. It was in shorthand, and it was at the late at night. Stupid. Stupid. You know that at late at night I have a little tequila, and you don't even understand. I've had pressures, no understanding of what I do every day to try to cover up Clinton's emails and destroy the Trump campaign. You have no clue. So step off, give you the Heisman, and apologize for what you're doing.
I want to know what it meant, Agent Strzok. It would be his candidacy for the presidency, and my sense that the American population would not vote him into office. Right.
Mr. Gowdy, when I said we will stop him, I meant the good voters. The good voters of this country. You, me, the smelly, toothless Trumpers would not vote. The good people, we would stop him. We all, the Clinton people, the good people would vote against him. I didn't mean that I, as a counterintelligence chief, would do anything out of the ordinary. Stupid, stupid, stupid Gowdy. Stupid Gowdy. Now you can apologize to me. I want to hear it. Apologize.
Right. Well, we hadn't gotten to the will yet. Well, I'm trying to cut to the chase.
Like, I love Gowdy too, but it's like when you slow it down for Strzok, you're not doing yourself any favors. So you're slowing it down. Don't slow it down. Don't slow it down for Strzok. Just say, we'll stop it. We'll stop it. You meant that we're going to stop the Trump administration. Boom. You got to Gomerize him. If you don't Gomerize him, okay, Gomer's like, you're a fool, you're an idiot, and you have been an embarrassment, period, and period. No, I did not ask you a question. Do not respond. I am condemning you. That's not for you to respond. Eat it up. Soak it in. Every insult I give you, let it marinate. But here's Gowdy. So Strzok is saying, this is how much of a liar the guy is. This is how much of a liar the guy is. He's saying, my God almighty, we finally hit 400. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and share this. So he's such a liar. He's like, well, I didn't say we'll stop it, meaning that's the biggest lie of all. So he's saying, I didn't say we'll stop it, like the FBI or me or people within my team. I said the American people will stop it. Okay.
Explain the text. The will is the American people. Is that right? That's your testimony. The will stop it. You were speaking on behalf of the American people. Is that correct? Mr. Gowdy, what my testimony is and what I said during extensive asking of this question during my prior interview is I don't recall writing that text. But I did not.
He just said the American people like seconds later before. The American population.
Vote him into office.
The American population would not vote him into office. So within this, here's the Fox News. This is amazing. He's lying within like 3 minutes of this. He's lying within 3 minutes of this, or within like a minute and a half of this. This is only a minute 30. So he's actually lying, and he's just going ahead right now. He literally says, what, like 56 seconds in, it's the American people, that's the context, and then he says, I don't remember. Well, which one is it? Do you not remember writing the text, or is it the American people are going to stop Trump? Which one is it? He's lying as he's lying.
Would not vote him into office. Right. Well, we hadn't gotten to the will yet. Well, I'm I'm trying to cut to the chase and explain the text. The will is the American people. Is that right? That's your testimony. The will stop it. You were speaking on behalf of the American people. Is that correct? Mr. Gowdy, what my testimony is and what I said during extensive asking of this question during my prior interview is, I don't recall writing that text. But I deny writing the text. What I can tell you is that text in no way suggested that I or the FBI would take any action to influence the candidacy of Agent Strzok. That is a fantastic answer to a question nobody asked.
So at the end of the day, Strzok says, point of order. at the end of the day, Strzok says, not okay. First, he says that was the American people. I meant the American people will stop him from getting elected. And then he says, I don't remember it. Which one is it? I mean, which one is it? So you have a situation here where, you know, he doesn't recall writing, but if he did write it, he wouldn't have meant that he did anything wrong. And so, I mean, there you go. There you go. It's just a whole bunch of nonsense. And it's just a whole bunch of nonsense. Then you have very interesting. Newt Gingrich on the Mueller probe. Sessions should intervene. So everyone, I mean, the Mueller probe is ending. It's pretty much done. It is pretty much done. So, I mean, it's pretty much done. Here's the actual Fox link.
How does he navigate what he believes and what I also agree with is unfair and a witch hunt leading into this midterm?
Look, I think he can do three things that will be very decisive and that would change the whole picture. The first is, let me just point out to everybody in the audience, 98 or 99% of what Mueller's doing is not covered by Sessions' recusal over the Russian campaign incident.
So Sessions' recusal has nothing. He can just fire Mueller. Really nothing to do with, because this is not Trump Russia. If Mueller had found Russian hackers, then perhaps Sessions couldn't really do anything. But this is not that.
98 or 99%. Sessions, if he did his job, could intervene tonight or tomorrow and would be totally within his authority, and he should. Number two, the president ought to take it.
So Sessions right now could fire Mueller, which is what Sessions which is what Sessions should do. Sessions should fire Mueller. Sessions should absolutely fire Mueller. Absolutely. And whatever political firestorm, I mean, the thing is, there would be a week of coverage and then it would fizzle out because people don't care. People don't care because there was no collusion. There was no evidence of anything. He didn't do anything. Buff Bernie coloring books didn't alter the election. Sorry. People like Bill Maher and Joe Scarborough and people who just voted Clinton because they hate Trump's personality. Not because the economy is doing well now. There's peace, hopefully peace starting between North and South Korea. At least a détente. At least an easing of tensions. An historic shaking of hands between Moon Jae-in and Kim Jong-un. But, I mean, all of these things, you have corrupt FBI agents being exposed. All of these things, you don't, if you're a Democrat, you can't stand this. You just absolutely can't stand this. So.
Every single example we're talking about and simply declassify it. I mean, I want to see every decision memo about Benghazi where the Obama team consciously decided to lie to the American people. I want to see all the decision memos about Hillary Clinton. President can order them released. I mean, he has the ability by executive order to say, I want them out by next Thursday. Don't give me this baloney about it's going to take 22 years. Get them out. Third, I think we have to look very carefully at what this case is all about. Mueller's had a bunch of very left-wing Democrats. They are clearly a hunting party. And I think the president should challenge Mueller head on. Mueller, he should say to the president, he should say to Mueller, I dare you to hold a press conference and tell the American people any evidence you have that you think is relevant to why you were originally hired. Give us any evidence you have, because I don't think Mueller has any evidence, and I think it'll be embarrassed at how little he knows. What he's done is he's gone over there.
I think that's...
And so that's the thing. Gingrich is 100% right on that. He's 100% right on that. No evidence of anything. There's no evidence of anything. You know, I tell you, ordinarily, would I ordinarily in years past say, oh, Newt Gingrich is right? No, but he happens to be right. Same with Karl Rove, and I might eventually, during another segment, even though I don't like Karl Rove at all, because of his push for Iraq, he did say something that was relevant and correct regarding the Democrats in red states. Mueller has zero evidence. The whole thing is a bunch of nonsense. And that's it. Zero evidence, a bunch of nonsense. The thing with Strzok now is that Strzok, he is being... What's going to take place with Strzok is that he is, right now, being investigated by the Office of Professional Responsibility. So Doug Collins... And his lie detector, they say, is out of scope, expired. So he should never really have been given any security clearance. He had to retake, he should have taken yet another lie detector test. But here.
Nice. Thank you.
By the way, everyone subscribe to Doug Collins. But here is Doug Collins with Christopher Wray.
Procedure. So the next question I have is, after the 2618, you did your polygraph at what time? You said you were out of scope. You were brought in by giving a polygraph. When would that have been?
Again, sir, my recollection is the 2016 timeframe, but after that.
So hold on. That's Christopher Wray. Christopher Wray. Okay, so Doug Collins. All right, so
one
here
we can provide an open setting, and then one is what we can provide. Right.
Because I want to get down because your time is valuable. We'll just assume it's in the proper setting, proper format. But what I was concerned about was the way it was actually said earlier was there may be some issues. So if properly asked for a FISA.
So hold on one second here.
I have a lead on the great Bob Eagle.
If they're out of scope, do you think it's interesting that the Mueller that we see now before?
So basically, Collins right now, Doug Collins right now is going ahead and he lets people know. He lets everyone know. He lets everyone know through Christopher Wray that the Office of Professional Responsibility is after Peter Strzok and James Comey and Andrew McCabe still and Lisa Page and all of them. And all of them. So check it out. This is really, really, really important.
continuing in very sensitive areas such as the investigation, the Mueller investigation, again, the Hillary Clinton, but knowing the bias that we have seen that we've commented on today, if those texts taken into account were on this polygraph, and could he have passed a polygraph if he, on his own ability, denying an affair with Lisa Page?
Well, Congressman, I'm not going to engage in hypotheticals, especially hypotheticals when, as I've said before, we have referred a number of individuals mentioned prominently in the report to our Office of Professional Responsibility for the appropriate disciplinary process.
We have referred a number of individuals mentioned prominently in the report to our Office of Professional Red Shield. Thank you, Red Shield. Thank you. Thank you, Red Shield. We have referred to people mentioned prominently in the report to the Office of Professional Responsibility. So the Office of Professional Responsibility is now not only going after still Andrew McCabe. Well, they already went after Andrew McCabe. But the Office of Professional Responsibility is now going after Lisa Page, Peter Strzok, all of them. Kevin Kleinsmith, very likely. Sally Moore, very likely. Although I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Exactly, aka Peter Smith. There's no evidence of bias other than 50,000 texts. Exactly. Exactly. And so he's saying it right now. He's saying it right now. I mean, well, not right now, but he's saying it to Doug Collins, the Georgia Nighthawk. That's what I call Doug Collins. Let's continue.
And my commitment to doing things by the book includes
my commitment to buy the book. Then go ahead and charge Clinton. I wrote that the FBI would recommend charges for Clinton eventually. But her top secret emails still doing very well. Like what, over 115 5-star reviews? There's like well over 120 great reviews. That's on Amazon. That is below.
Not as FBI director commenting on them while they're ongoing.
Okay, well, let's go back to process and personnel here. If they're out of scope, do you think it's interesting that you would continue to have someone in an investigation of such magnitude and sensitivity who basically had a...
Tamara Friedman! Thank you, Tamara Friedman. Thank you. Thank you, Tamara Friedman. As always, thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Tamara. So Doug Collins is basically like, why is Strzok? Why was he given a security clearance? Why? Why was Strzok given a security clearance? Why, when his polygraph was expired, when he basically, his polygraph test was expired?
Polygraph or an out-of-scope polygraph test, in which they had to then go back and re-answer or complete sensitive compartmentalized information requests on this. Would they stay in that investigation? And if so, were they treated differently because of his position or who he was?
Now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be the most important thing that I say or that you hear on this. One of the most important things you hear in this segment. Listen to Christopher Wray again. Listen to Christopher Wray again, okay? Head of the FBI, talking about Strzok. Listen to him again.
Well, again, I'm not going to engage in hypotheticals about individuals that may have been referred for our disciplinary process.
Does it not strike...
Touchdown!
Mr. Wray, and I was not going here, but...
Listen to it again.
About individuals that may have been referred for our... Well, again, I'm not going to engage in hypotheticals about individuals that may have been referred for our disciplinary process.
Or who he was.
Again, I'm not going to engage in hypotheticals about individuals that may have been referred for our disciplinary process.
Or who he was.
Again, I'm not going to engage in hypotheticals about individuals that may have been referred for our disciplinary process.
Does it not strike you as strange, though, Mr. Ray, and I was not going here, but now you've led me here. Is it not strike you strange that someone who has had an issue with a polygraph during the investigation which you have, in which sensitive information were coming about, in which we've now seen the text and other things, what would be that? So could they just flunk a polygraph and you just keep them on? If they could flunk questions, you keep them on sensitive information simply because that, not particular Mr. Strzok here. I'm talking an overall policy. Is your policy just to keep people around that lie?
Of course not.
Okay, then why would we have an issue here in which there is at least an assumption that something is not right? How did this individual continue to stay on investigations when there is polygraph evidence where he had to go back through and say it's out of sorts? And we know that from one of those, the other employees were in a relationship and later got married and disclosed that relationship.
That would be, I believe, Sally Moyer and FBI Agent 1.
So how was this individual kept in an investigative role in this when there was a sensitivity factor here of possibly lying or even now we know bias?
So he's talking about Strzok. So Tamara Friedman, thank you so very much again, Tamara Friedman. But watch Christopher Wray at the FBI now. Watch. I mean, listen.
Well, the time, gentleman, has expired. The director would like to respond. As I have said repeatedly, we are going to hold people accountable and make sure that we follow our policies strictly. And that does not include me commenting on pending matters involving those people. I want to make sure that people...
Pending matters involving those people. This is part of the spinning plates. This is part of the spinning plates. Hillary to not get charged because she's committed a number of crimes overtly. Needs Peter Strzok to keep quiet. Lisa Page. The others. Kleinsmith, Moyer, FBI Agent 1, the other FBI agent. Okay. Andrew McCabe, James Comey, Bruce Sinelli, Orr, Fusion GPS, Glenn Simpson. All of these people spinning plates. She has to keep every plate spinning. Fred Torres. Fred Torres. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Fred Torres. Thank you again, Fred Torres. So she has to go ahead and ensure that everyone keeps quiet. Everyone just doesn't spill the beans, doesn't say, hey, you know what? We did it for Hillary. Like in football, I keep saying, Fred Torres, thank you so very much. I keep saying, if you like football, this is a great analogy, and it's also a great analogy for life. I mean, yeah. In football, if you have a good running team, pound, 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 give the running back the ball. And it doesn't matter if it's 3 yards or 2 yards, okay? 4 yards. Eric, H526, hello, Helen, everyone, love you all, share everywhere. Thank you, Eric, H526, thank you. Thank you, Fred Torres, thank you. Eric, thank you for all you do, thank you. In football, you got to, if you have a good running game, you have a good line, keep running the ball. Keep pounding the rock. Keep running the ball. All you need, even if they're stopping the run, all you need is one block from one block of the linebacker. And running back takes it to the house. One block. A good block. Very good block. But you need one block, boom, 50 yards, touchdown. Okay? But it can't happen without that one good block. Meaning, why do I keep bringing that up? You don't need James Comey, Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, and all of them to talk. You don't need that. How about Nellie Orr? How about just Glenn Simpson has enough? How about Christopher Steele has enough? How about Strzok has enough? You don't even need them to go to jail. They lose their pensions like Andrew McCabe. What if James Comey says, hey, you know what? They find out that James Comey should never have What if they find out that James Comey, because he's being investigated for leaking classified memos. So if they find out that he leaked classified memos, Eric Neff, Hillary gives yoga lessons for this amount. Eric Neff, so Fred Torres, thank you. Eric Neff, yes. Yes. I'm sure she does. Her favorite number. Yes. Hillary's Clinton favorite number. But that's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Bigler. I like Representative Ratcliffe's exchange with Strzok where he says, you say you never let your bias affect your work, yet you sent these texts on FBI time on an FBI device. Exactly. Exactly. Scott Bigler, thank you. Exactly. And I agree with you on that. In addition to the fact that the we'll stop it, he first says, "Oh, I meant the American people." Then he says, "Oh, it was late and I don't remember the text." But then he's like, "It's late. It's shorthand." Where's my apology? Scott, thank you so much. Eric and F, thank you. Fred Torres, thank you. You get to the point where Strzok is almost like he's like really close to saying, "Okay, excuse me, can you apologize now?" How dare you even question me? I literally wrote down every single thing. He literally wrote down. And he's like, "It was late and shorthand." Stupid. Are you ready for a Gomerization? Huh? You ready for Gomerization? Do this. We're over 500 people. Let's do this. Homer Strzok. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Okay, enough. Okay. We're going to do this.
Well, just like you, you said earlier in this hearing you were concerned about hostile foreign power.
So, Scott Bigler, I agree 100% with you. And actually, Gomerizes him on that point. Lum, at what point does Sessions start doing his job? Might as well resign if he's recused from his work. Wish I could do that and pull up a paycheck. Yeah, I mean, so Lum, I think that what's taking place is that Sessions is either playing the long game or he's a tool. So, and I think that Sessions ultimately, because he knows, I've played clips of Sessions where he knows that Hillary's a criminal. He knows that. I mean, he's like, yeah, the Clinton Foundation, people are giving for access. So, but I mean, the interesting thing is at a certain point, I do think that Sessions eventually will do the right thing. He has to. He's probably waiting for the Mueller probe to either fizzle out or for Trump to just say enough is enough. In a way, it's probably good. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's bad for. He also could be waiting for the midterms. Once the midterms happen, so Lum, who knows? But I think Sessions eventually will. I have no idea why. Okay, so there was. I'm looking at so somebody. Okay, so we'll get to Q posts a little later. Q posts that have been wrong. But that's a little later. So Scott Bigler, I agree with you. Let's gomerize this.
Affecting our election. Do you recall the intelligence community Inspector General Chuck McCulloch having an investigation into an anomaly found on Hillary Clinton's email?
So very simple. Strzok is in charge of the biggest cybersecurity debacle in American history. And he then goes ahead and allows Clinton. He actually changes the FBI conclusion to gross negligence, from gross negligence to extreme carelessness, which is ridiculous. Then they find out that, oh, every one of her emails, Qbert, remember that game? Then they find out that every one of her emails was shipped off and hacked to a foreign entity, not Russia. So it could have been China, could have been anywhere.
Emails.
I do not.
Well, let me refresh your recollection. The intelligence community Inspector General Chuck McCulloch sent his investigator, Frank Rucker, along with an ICIG attorney, Jeanette McMillan, to brief you and Dean Chappelle.
Now, if you notice, you know he's lying and you know he's scheming when he's like this. Strzok throughout, he's like this. How do I even look doing that? Yeah. Strzok is like this. Like that. It's not as profound as that, but you can see little movement back and forth. It is creepy. Stormy Rock Bottom. Thank you. Ah, the coded messages. Stormy Rock Bottom. Thank you. Thank you, Stormy. Thank you, Stormy.
Oh, and two other FBI personnel that I won't name at this time.
Gohmert is the man.
About an anomaly they had found on Hillary Clinton's emails that were going to and from the private unauthorized server that you were supposed to be investigating. Now, do you remember it?
I remember meeting Mr. Rucker on either one or two.
I remember meeting Mr. Rucker, but in terms of the Inspector General telling me that her emails were hacked by a foreign entity, where all the emails were siphoned and forwarded to a foreign entity who could do us harm, including the top secret and special access program emails, I do not know. I don't know what you're talking about. And I can assure you that the endless layers of people below me, if I fell in the FBI, I would be caught by a secretary, an intern, my boss. Everyone is there as a protective layer. Scores and scores of people. You have no idea. You have no idea.
Occasions, I do not remember the specific content or discussions.
Well, I'll help you with that too then. Mr. Rucker reported to those of you, the four of you there, in the presence of the
I agree, Liam.
IG attorney, that they had found this.
He's lying now. Here, this is the CBS News. This is like the FBI is supposed to. Clara Nielsen. Thank you, Clara. Thank you, Clara Nielsen. Thank you. Thank you, Clara Nielsen. Jasher Philip. Oh, I'm sorry, Jasher. Thank you. Okay, so let me just go ahead and do a quick Jeff Sessions. Jasher, Lenny McCarthy, more smirking Strzok impressions, please. So Clara Nielsen, thank you. Jasher Philip, thank you so much. Last segment, I really appreciate that. Thank you. So, okay, so Jasher, here's Strzok. Here's a session. So let's go. What should I do? What's going on? Okay, so how are you, Mr. President? Good, good. Oh, I'm good. I'm just going to get ready for bed, yes. You know, I do sleep in the nude. Can you imagine? I don't, what? No, I'm not trying to tell you anything. Calm down. I had a little bit of tequila. Yeah. Well, tonight I'm going to do something special. I'm going to sleep in the nude with only my ostrich skin jacket. Yes. Well, you know I'm joking. No, not about the nude part, but the ostrich skin. You know what I'm referring to, right? You don't? I'm referring to Manafort. Yes. He spent $15,000 on an ostrich skin jacket. Imagine me naked with an ostrich skin jacket. Do it now. Close your eyes. Imagine Jeff Sessions with nothing on but his birthday suit and an ostrich skin jacket. Do it right now, before you go to bed. Yes. Well, no. I'm not trying to do anything, sir. I'm just having fun. Well, indict Clinton. I know. I have no idea what trust the plan means. I don't even know QL, Qbert, LMNOP. I don't have no idea. Yes. I don't believe it either. Oh, we're going to find out who. It's probably Hillary Clinton. I know. All right, poo-poo out. I got to go. I'll talk to you later. By the way, what are you wearing? Okay, fine. Don't get upset. Okay, bye. Jasher Feel Love. Thank you, Jasher. Later, I mean, Bombastic Bushkin. Thank you so very much. Lenine McCarthy, Jasher Feel Love. Thank you. Clara Nielsen, thank you. Jasher Feel Love, thank you. So, here we go. So let's continue.
Anomaly on Hillary Clinton's emails going through a private server. And when they had done the forensic analysis, they found that her emails, every single one except for 4, over 30,000 of them, were going to an address that was not on the distribution list. It was a compartmentalized bit of information that was sending it to an unauthorized source. Do you recall that?
Sir, I don't.
Well, it went on to...
Sir, I don't recall exactly what you're talking about regarding... That's right. Trump is at 50%. That's where we're going to get that in a second. That's right. That's right. I don't recall that her emails, all of which were hacked from using an unencrypted server outside the United States government in her basement because of yoga and convenience. I don't recall that, sir. And honestly, you should apologize to me. I'll wait for your apology. Okay, because I should have known, yes. But again, you owe me an apology.
Explain it. And you didn't say anything. No. You thanked him. You shook his hand. But the problem was that it was going to an unauthorized source that was a foreign entity unrelated to Russia. And from what you've said here, you did nothing more than nod and shake the man's hand when you didn't seem to be all that concerned about our national integrity of our election when it was involving Hillary Clinton. So,
sir, I need to explain something to you right now. When Hillary does the Firefly yoga stance, you need to understand that that cannot be within SIPRNet, JWIX, or any network within the US, because it would shut down, it would completely explode, it would completely, I don't know, short circuit the entire United States government. Hillary doing the Firefly or the Happy Baby would be too much of a digital catastrophe nightmare. Therefore, we allowed her to go ahead and have her server outside the United States government. It was a brilliant move. You can thank me later. You can thank me later.
So the forensic examination was done by the ICIG, and they can document that. But
Eric,
you were given that information and you did nothing with it. And one of the things I found most egregious with Mr. Horowitz's testimony, and by the way, Horowitz got a call 4 times by someone wanting to brief him, leaving messages telling him about this, and he never returned the call. He had 500 pages of bias that he gave us, and then he threw a bone to the Democrats and said, but we can't find bias.
He threw a bone to the Democrats. I love it. Exactly. It was just like, and remember when Comey said, yeah, she committed these crimes and that crime and this crime and that crime. And he's like, but she didn't intentionally do it. The IG report is like bias, 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 bias. The other prosecutorial decisions weren't biased. Yeah, because if you don't give the smoking gun, the motive, the body, evidence, fingerprints, you're not going to get a conviction in a murder case. So if you don't give people, if you don't give prosecutors the actual evidence, you're not going to go ahead and you just won't go ahead and get anything, in terms of the right decision made. They did not. I always say, ladies and gentlemen, and I wrote about this in But Her Top Secret Emails. It's on Amazon. I wrote about this in But Her Top Secret Emails. All you have to do is find out how Clinton transferred the top secret intelligence outside the United States government, and it's game over. So Sessions is probably waiting for the right time to let people know that. Let's continue. All right.
And let me tell you, when you have text messages, Mr. Strzok, the way you do, saying the things you did, you'd been better off coming in here and say, look, that was my bias. And you kind of get around to that a little bit when you say, hey, everybody's got political views. Those are called biases. And we all have them. And you have come in here and said, I had no bias. And you do it with a straight face. And I watched you in the private testimony you gave. And I told some of the other guys, he is really good. He's lying. He knows, we know he's lying. And he can probably pass polygraph. Amazing.
Mr. Chairman.
No, this is my
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry.
Withdraw it.
This point of order.
No.
The general state is point of order.
A member of this committee just asserted that this witness was under oath.
A member of this committee just asserted that Satan himself was not as nice as we thought he was. I withdraw it. Strzok, Satan is a good man. I ask you to withdraw it.
And a former agent of the FBI lied. There is no evidence that
There's no evidence that he lied except everything he's ever said. I ask you to withdraw it.
Ask him to withdraw it.
Withdraw it.
Withdraw it.
Look at Gomer, is hilarious.
Is not a member of Congress. It's not a violation of the rule. And just as you have been expressing bias through your members about what a hero.
There's not a single person on this committee who has ever characterized a witness.
Gentleman from Rhode Island. Gentleman.
Found.
Oh no.
How many times?
I messed up. Where is it? Where's the withdraw it? Okay, here it is.
The disgrace.
Oh no. Okay, no, I can't do that. Got to get the good part. Okay, wait. Can't, dang it.
And let me tell you, when you have text messages, Mr. Strzok, the way you've been a bit when you say, those are called biases, have come in here and you do it. I told some of the other guys, he is really good. He's lying. He knows, we know he's lying, and he could probably pass polygraph. It's amazing. Mr. Chairman. No, this is my time.
Point of order. This point of order.
No,
The gentleman will state his point of order.
A member of this committee just asserted that this witness was under oath and informed.
A member of this committee just asserted that the person who said he wanted to stop Trump really meant it. I ask you to withdraw it. Withdraw it. Withdraw it right now. The Democratic Party, withdraw it.
Agent of the FBI lied. There is no evidence that I asked him to withdraw it.
I do not withdraw it. He is not a member of Congress. It's not a violation of the rule. And just as you have been expressing bias through your members about what a hero
And so they're like, oh, every time they're called on their crap, how dare you? Have you no shame? Have you no shame? Have you no HA4? Thank you, minimum Goodman. Thank you, 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 thank you. Okay.
Single person on this committee who has ever characterized a witness.
Gentleman from Rhode Island. Gentleman,
it's my time.
That's a
gentleman from Rhode Island.
Praise him. No, the disgrace, what this man has done.
The gentleman from Texas will suspend for a moment.
There is the disgrace. And it won't be recaptured anytime soon because of the damage you've done to the justice system. And I've talked to FBI agents around the country. You've embarrassed them. You've embarrassed yourself. And I can't help but wonder when I see you looking there with a little smirk, how many times did you look so innocent into your wife's eye and lie to her about
Mr. Chairman, this is outrageous.
credibility of the witness?
Shame
always
Mr. Chairman, please, have you no Chairman, this is intolerable harassment. What's wrong with that? You need your medication.
Oh, shit. Wow. It never gets old. I need that on my ringtone. This never gets old. Oh my God. This is so good. Let's do it again.
Congress, it's not a violation of the rule. And just as you have been expressing bias through your members about what a hero
There's not a single person on this committee who has ever characterized a witness.
Gentleman from Rhode Island. Gentleman
it's my time.
That's a
gentleman from Rhode Island will
Praise
suspend.
him. No, the disgrace, what this man has done.
The gentleman from Texas will suspend for a moment.
There is the disgrace. And it won't be recaptured anytime soon because of the damage you've done to the justice system. And I've talked to FBI agents around the country. You've embarrassed them. You've embarrassed yourself. And I can't help but wonder when I see you looking there with a little smirk, how many times did you look so innocent into your wife's eye?
Mr. Chairman, this is outrageous.
Shame on Mr. Chairman, please. Have you no Chairman, this is intolerable harassment. What's wrong with that? You need your medication.
The gentleman controls.
It's so good. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's so good.
The time.
Let the witness be permitted to respond.
You see what he did? You see what he did? Crazy Gomer. Crazy Republican Gomer.
Well, sir, will be permitted.
Did you ever talk to Hillary Clinton during your investigation?
Oh, this is good. You didn't get the reach. You didn't get the thank you. Which rabbit? You didn't get the reach. You didn't get the thank you. This is good.
Besides the one questioning you mentioned, before that or after that to this day?
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
And Nadler's making stuff up. Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Superman, Thundercats, Castle of Grayskull. What does that even mean? Tom and Jerry, Spice Girls. I have no idea. I'm trying to filibuster.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. The gentleman will state his point of order. It is.
He doesn't know what he's even saying, Nadler, this guy. He doesn't know what he's even saying. He has no idea what he's even saying. He's making stuff up. He's making everything up. Nadler's making everything up. He just point of order. He Gomerized. Gomer carpet bombed the whole thing. Everything's blown up. Destroyed everything. And now Nadler's just trying to like.
I think against the rules of the House for a member of the committee to be impugning the character of a witness.
It is
he
not.
should ask questions to elicit. The purpose of this hearing is to elicit information. He should ask questions to elicit information. He should not be impugning the character of the witness.
The gentleman is advised the rules of the House only are directed to members of the House and the President of the United States.
He's like, but good lad's like, and you're moted. You're moted right now. Moted face scratch. So please don't talk again.
In other words, it is okay to impugn the character of witnesses in any way whatsoever.
When Nadler starts with the question, he knows it's his last-ditch attempt. Oh, so you're saying it's okay what you're doing? No, I don't think so.
Well, listen, I've heard many members on your side of the aisle impugn the character of somebody who is covered by the rules of the House. But the gentleman, the gentleman has 20 seconds left. The clock will be turned back on, and he can complete his time, and then the witness can respond.
So if you talk to Hillary Clinton, other than the time she was examined in front of the witnesses?
No.
So after throwing away what you have with all the bias you have, you've never even gotten a thank you.
Oh.
The gentleman may respond. Sir, well, that's...
So you never even got a thank you, meaning you threw away everything. Meaning you threw away all of your prestige, everything you've accomplished, the decades you've been, the decades that you've been in the FBI, you threw it all away. You threw it all away for what? What did Christopher Steele gain? A measly $100,000? What, $200,000 for what? To be infamous? To be an infamous figure in American history? Christopher Steele for what? Is $160,000 worth that? No. You have to pay all that money in legal fees now for because people are, suing Steele. Azali Pat, been very busy. Had to catch you live. Still watching when I can. Love you, H.A. Azali Pat, we love you. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Azali Pat. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Azali Pat. Thank you so very much. Thank you again. As always, thank you. So, what did Christopher Steele do? What did Christopher Steele gain? Frank, Democrats judge the character of Trump 24/7, 365. Democrats are 24/7, 365 triggered. Absolutely. It's called Frank Trump derangement syndrome. I know people who have it. Well, I know people who, pretend to have it. There are people who really do have it. Trump derangement is real. Trump derangement syndrome is absolutely real. Frank, thank you as always, Frank. Azali Pat, thank you so much. Again, thank you. So what did Christopher Steele gain? What did Glenn Simpson gain? $1 million to his firm. You're going to have to pay all of it now because you have major defamation suits. What did BuzzFeed gain? They're suing the DNC. They're getting sued by a whole bunch of very wealthy Russians for defamation. What did BuzzFeed gain? Christopher Steele, Glenn Simpson, BuzzFeed. What did they gain? What did Clinton gain? She actually committed campaign finance violations for doing what she did. She lost the election still. Now, the Democratic Party is in a bigger dumpster fire than it's ever been. JW, if you like your server, you can keep it. When will Obama be called to testify about why he lied? Said he found out about it in the news. He sure wasn't ready for that question. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's one of the big lies. in President Obama's administration. He knew about it. He conversed with her on her private server under a pseudonym. And within the Podesta emails, we already know that Cheryl Mills stated that Obama knows, the president knows of the server. We have to fix this. So you're 100% right. JW, thank you. Frank, thank you very much. Yes, I agree. Azalipot, thank you as always. Thank you for watching. So Gomer brings up something really interesting. What did you gain? I keep on talking about this, like, you know, often. What did Peter Strzok gain from doing everything possible to help Clinton? That's what I'm saying. Clinton is a sloppy criminal, sloppy drunk, sloppy criminal. She's so sloppy. That's why eventually she'll be charged. She still has security clearance, by the way. And how beautiful would it be? How hilarious would it be if she gets caught transferring top secret or classified intelligence yet again on her private server? Yet again. Imagine if she did that yet again. So JW, thank you. Tamara Friedman. TDS is real, is manufactured sadly by the MSM and their mind control technology. Exactly. Tamara Friedman, you're 100% right. I mean, Trump derangement syndrome is completely manufactured. A completely manufactured thing. You're 100% right. And I mean, you're 100% right. He's not a Nazi. He's not a white supremacist. He's not a Klan member. He's not everything you hate in life. Like the people on the left, they have no idea, no concept. Everything is the extreme. Everything is the extreme example. If everything's the extreme example, then there's no nuance to any statement. Every statement is then ridiculous. Every statement is then now an example of something ridiculous. So Tamara Friedman, thank you. JW, thank you. Frank, thank you. Azalipot, thank you. But let's go ahead and continue.
Quite a set of statements.
So that's Strocky poo. At the end of the day, it really, all of it's coming crashing down. The Democrats are going to get obliterated peacefully and politically in the midterms. And I missed Adam Bomb 31458. I laugh, but the smirk thing makes me cringe. Yeah, Strzok's smirk is pretty crazy. And I wrote this on Twitter, and it's true. Ever wonder how many closet Trump voters there are in America? Well enough to destroy Clinton's campaign, even though she outspent Trump 2-1. Former progressives are a growing segment. Minority support is stronger than anyone can imagine. Enjoy midterms, Dems, you'll deserve it. Number one, foreign policy. He presided over what hopefully will be peace between North and South Korea. Moon Jae-in of South Korea and Kim Jong-un of North Korea shaking hands is very, very important. It's a groundbreaking achievement. Trump's foreign policy led to this. He's presiding over that. Any other president would have received the Nobel Peace Prize. And so that's one reason, just in terms of foreign policy. They asked my daughter Ivanka whether or not the media is the enemy of the people. She correctly said, no, it is the fake news, which is a large percentage of the media that is the enemy of the people. So there you go. I mean, so at every single turn, they can't get him. They can't get him. They can't get him. And at the end of the day, it's a situation where you're only making Trump stronger. He continually becomes stronger. Trump rally in Pennsylvania. Then they're like, oh, they call it a hoax. Well, it is a hoax. The NSA is moderately confident. The FBI is highly confident. The CIA is highly confident. Oh my God, Dennis Miller. That's kind of funny. And people don't get it. They don't get that simply saying that Trump worked with Russia is not enough. You need evidence. You need emails. You need payment. You need some kind of money trail. You need some kind of money trail. They have nothing. They have absolutely nothing. And then here we go.
17 as signs of truth. Q is the 17th letter in the alphabet. Not that that helps make any sense of its significance to them. And they see Trump tweeting something like this: 17 angry Democrats. They take value in the number 17, a potential sign. I hope he didn't use that number for them. He hasn't always used the number 17.
So when you have Chris Cuomo, so this is John Miller at CNN, or no, it's CRTV. Sorry, John Miller, CRTV. A CNN host actually suggested that Trump is secretly signaling to QAnon by referencing 17. He has the people as rallies. So, you don't want, like, this is the thing, like, when Chris Cuomo is like, oh my God, 17, da 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 da. I mean, what are some Q predictions here? Q predictions. What is QAnon? I'll look at Reddit. What is QAnon actually predicted? This is 7 months ago. Okay, well, wait. QAnon posted this message today. Okay, so nothing is random. Everything has meaning. Whatever. Only 7 minutes later, Trump tweeted this message: my visit to Japan before of our, so then plus sign, 3 plus signs. Okay, what is it? So what? And then this like 40,000 indictment stuff. What? I want to know what Q predicted. What did Q predict? What did Q predict? I just want to know. Q proofs. So what here? What has Q predicted? It was wrong about Julian Assange. So what has Q correctly predicted? Absolutely nothing. But somebody wrote absolutely like all of this, like my background research is simply asking a question. What has he predicted? I'm not talking about like people working together and finding some correlation. I'm talking about what did Q say? And also, even if Q was right on a bunch of things, that doesn't mean this letter or this anonymous person or these anonymous people should be given loyalty. That's the issue I'm talking about. But my question is, what has Q predicted? I haven't gotten any. People say, do your research. I'm asking a question. So Q, welcome to the mainstream. We knew this day would come. Liberal Democrats, fake news, fake MAGA supporters, bandwagon shills, I don't even know, like, I don't know. Anyway. So they're now he predicted Q-tips. Don't lose faith in me. I'm asking a question about what Q predicted. He predicted North Korean peace when? He predicted that Trump would. When did he predict this? When did Q predict this? And even if true, it still doesn't mean you should go ahead and follow something anonymously. Something that's anonymous without any understanding of where that thing could lead. The whole open source information stuff, that whole thing, just because you're doing research with a whole bunch of other people doesn't mean you're engaged in a worthwhile activity, because you have no idea who's leading you towards the information. That's my point. If you have 1,800 or 2,000 or 24,000 or 30,000 posts, you're going to get a whole lot right. You're going to get a whole lot wrong. But if you have a whole bunch of people saying, hey, this is really, we're opening our eyes now, you have to ask, well, who is leading you in this direction? One post about Assange was just dreadfully wrong, that he was free, or there was one post that I read. So the one for QAnon posted a link about Chairman Nunes talking about declassification and says something big is about to drop. Well, of course, something big is about to drop every day. What does that even mean? I'm only afraid of insulting people. I'm not afraid of a letter. You have, the thing is, you have no idea what Q is, who it is. It's just, it's very similar to the seances and the cold readings that Orson Welles and the Harry Houdini exposed. It's throw something out there. Oh my God, find some correlation that exists. And in a world searching desperately for some answers because we're lied to all the time, more and more people, hey, let's believe this. Okay, then the allegiance comes in. I'm just trying to find Q predictions. I can't on Google. I mean, Q and on predictions. Okay. All right, so they say, and I say, the group of people close to the president. How do you know? The questions are in Socratic method. That's actually when you have questions that foster a whole bunch of discussion, you could never be wrong. Socratic question, clarification questions, questions about the initial question or issue, assumption questions, reason and evidence questions. So you're never really going to be held to task because it's always this constant move towards discussion. And in a world where you're constantly lied to, there would be times when messages would correspond to tweets by Trump. So what? So it's somebody who knows when he's tweeting. So maybe it's somebody who knows, when he's tweeting. Maybe it's somebody that doesn't really mean much. They would always start with Q and then Trump. Anyone could fake a message after Trump tweeted, but it's much more difficult to do so beforehand. Okay, but even still, I mean, he's always tweeting. You pretty much know Trump tweets from the early morning. All his tweets come in the morning, so you know that. It's not difficult. Certain words and phrases would be used by Q and then by Trump, but that's Trump. But see, this is a classic seance, classic cold reading. You know how Trump speaks and how he words things. So you know how he words things. It's not good, though. It's not good to give people hope when it's anonymous, meaning that you don't know who's giving you hope regarding. See, if somebody evil or somebody who does not have your interests pulls you in and gives you a false sense, trust the plan. Trust the plan is a Q thing. You should never trust anything that you don't know where. You should never trust any statement like trust the plan, alluding to some kind of grand scheme when you don't know who's making that claim. You should never trust any plan, if there's somebody, if this water bottle is telling you that you have no idea, could be an AI robot, could be a computer program, could be Hillary Clinton, could be the intel community doing, that's the thing. You cannot, if these questions and if there are questions and they're alluding to things and simply tweeting before Trump or simply going ahead and it's not correlations. You sound like you don't want to make or find any correlations. I don't. You can make correlations with anything. That's dangerous to make too many correlations. Because again, when you, Orson Welles talked about, Annabelle 3.1458, thank you. Trust the plan equals cult. When Orson Welles went ahead and talked about cold reading, he got so good at deceiving people because he pretended he had actually spoken to fortune tellers who eventually became millionaires. And he then got so good at it. He didn't take people's money, but he then got so good at it. He was able to go ahead and look at a person. Q is Sessions trying not to be fired. Lennon and McCarthy. He could look at a person and say, so he went to this one woman and he sat down and he said, your husband died. And then she just burst out crying. She goes, yes. So how did he know that? Because he for some reason, he got so good at looking at people's like tells or like looking at like just people, how they act, that he just took a chance on it and it was true. So simply asking broad questions, correlations are very dangerous when you're talking of, think of all the factors here of danger. A person you can't see or people you can't see or a computer you can't see. Making you ask questions, which leads you to other questions, which leads you then to correlations of vapid coincidence or design. So if somebody tweets before Trump, or if they tweet if QAnon says Trump's going to talk about this, or he's going to go, and then Trump says that the next tweet, well, you forget all the times Q was wrong. Horace, thank you so very much. Horace, thank you. No, I'm not right because I'm saying it. I'm right because it's just logical. You don't know who is giving you the information. I don't care if, let's say, like something that I can't see, the Yahtzee. Trust the plan. What's the plan? The plan. The Yahtzee won. The Yahtzee. Horace, thank you as always, Horace. Thank you. Thank you as always, Horace. Horace, thank you. The Yahtzee won. Thank you. Thank you, the Yahtzee won. Think of it this way. So let's just go ahead because I'm reading this one thing about Q. Okay, so before anyone knew who they were, Q posted dates about the indictments and arrest of Podesta, Hillary, and Uma. Well, I've been talking about Hillary being charged for years. So, I mean, but I was always say the writing's on the wall because of certain things. But I actually talked about Tony Podesta being under criminal investigation. This is John Podesta. So anyway, if you were to, how do you set up secure communication? So deep state, but how could this be against the deep state if you don't see who it is? That's dangerous. It's very likely the deep state. Very likely somebody who, you don't think the deep state has some kind of ability to see what Trump tweets before he tweets it? I mean, some kind of, the predictive nature wasn't going to be figured out beforehand, which is why I don't consider. Q told us we were being used to red pill our friends and family. That's dangerous. Who are you to red pill anyone? I mean, if I can only read one Q drop, what would it be? Okay, so you, the people, have the power. Okay, that feels good. You, the people, just forgot how to play. Together you are strong. I guess that's nice. Apart you are weak. Well, that's true. They want you divided. Probably. They want race wars. Well, I don't know who they is. They want class wars. Don't know who they is, but okay. They want religious wars. I don't know who they is, but okay. They want political wars. I don't know who they is, but they want you divided. Learn. Okay. Forgotten country. Learn. Well, can you come out of the curtain? Who are you? Stay strong. Well, thanks, but I mean, who are you? Fight, fight, fight. Fight for what? I don't even know. See, that's the thing. QAnon best posts. It's dangerous, very dangerous when history will show Q was the greatest military operation ever orchestrated, but that's even scarier. And you know, that's scary. What source though? Go to the source history. Okay, so thank you, Sean. So let's go to the Reddit queue. I just want to see this. Okay, Reddit queue. Okay, we are going. Jeez. Hold on. You know what? Let's go ahead. QAnon on Reddit. Okay. So Great Awakening, I think. Now we know why Q didn't post before rally. Something big is about to drop. Okay. All right. Looking here, it's like a lot of people. Okay, so a lot of now they're happy that Q is being written about in the news. Don't tread on me. I've been red pilled since 1989 while stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, 101st Airborne. I was introduced to behold a pale white horse by William Cooper. Right. Thank you so much. Don't tread on me. 1989. Nice. It's been a while. Thank you. Don't tread on me. Thank you. Thank you for your service to this country. Go ahead and behold a pale white horse. Milton William Cooper. Thank you. Don't tread on me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Don't tread on me. So hold on. Let me find out. find out something real quick. So, all right, let's go ahead. So I'm going to try to like, because I just think it's really dangerous to go ahead and trust something. Azalipot, HA. Give $100. I didn't. Why did I not see that? Oh, it's Azalipot. I just gave you $100. I think a thank you. Thank you, send an order. Thank you is an order. I didn't see NOK's thing. I didn't see Azalipot. I didn't see NOK's super chat. I apologize. Don't tread on me. Thank you again. Azalipot, I did not see the super chat. I was something wrong with my eyes. Eric, let me know if I missed a super chat, please. Horace, in my own queue is a group of anons that seems to be interested in the recovery of our country. Okay, could be. I don't begrudge anyone giving Q a look, neither do I. But beware the echo chamber effect. Q can also divide us. Please be aware. Absolutely. But see, this is the thing. Even if there's good intentions, it's dangerous. It's dangerous whether they're good people or bad people. You don't know who they are, and this type of thing can, I agree with you, Horace. This is a must-read HA. Well, I will look at it. Absolutely. Don't tread on me. And the followers he discusses all. Keep up the great info. Thank you. Don't tread on me. I will check it out. If it's anything like War is a Racket by Smedley Butler, I like that. I like Smedley Butler a lot. Don't tread on me. Thank you so very much. Thank you. So hold on one second. Okay, so let's go ahead. So Q. What did these? So this is the thing. Am I reading this? The 8chan.net? Okay, so why did Kim travel to China? Why are you asking these questions? Why was travel impossible in the past? This sounds like the old Batman. What is the Joker doing next? What changed? What constitutes the need to? That's another. Questions are very important, but why? But questions also lead you into a certain direction. Why would you go in any direction if you don't know who is leading you there? For all you could run off a cliff with these things. You wouldn't know. I mean, a figurative, rhetorical cliff. What constitutes the need for F2F meeting via secure call? Why did Google visit North Korea? Why would the former chairman track the family? Important. Think Cold War. Think KGB. Who are you to ask me these questions? Who really made it public? Who is making such like this is like a little puzzle, okay? Patriot, a person who loves, supports, and defends. Why are you giving? Why? Who are you? Who are you? I don't know who you are. Azalipot. Thank you, Azalipot. Thank you. Ryan Couture, I'm calling you out. You don't listen to Slipknot. I like Slipknot. I like Slipknot. I do. I like Slipknot. Who are these people? Patriot. Well, who are you to bring up patriotism? I have a gentleman who watches me today, lost a leg in Iraq and lost 8 Marines. Who is this person that I do not know who he is talking about patriotism? Was this person a veteran? I don't know who Q is. Why is he leading me to this patriotic notion? So then I get these questions. Who is Sergey Brin? Was he born? Why are you asking these questions? Constitutional crisis. This is just like Batman. The old Batman with Adam West. But the Joker keeps going. And what about the Riddler? Iran next. 700 billion this year. Why is the military so important? This is like 8th grade stuff. Benjamin Ash. HE, maybe I'm being naive, but wouldn't Trump say something if Q was fake or harmful? No, he wouldn't. Benjamin, he wouldn't, because Trump is not, like, for example, people would tell me also, like, Trump, even though we would like to think that he, he's in tune with what we're in tune, he's president, so he has a whole bunch of, like, issues that, like, he's definitely not, that either doesn't care, definitely not paying attention at all to what's going on. I mean, he asks to know what it is, and hundreds of people show up at his rallies with coup shirts and the signs. He might, if he asks what is Q, then like, oh, something, who knows what, some like, thing that on a message board or whatever. Like who knows what he would be saying? I don't think that he would know. What's important to the average person is not likely to be important to somebody who, 5541 James, Q is a lame game of riddles. So what is this stuff? What does the house cleaning represent? What the heck? We always knew. Final stage. What does NK represent? North Korea? Threat, safeguard, insurance, proof. Kim to China represents something vital. What the? Who else was at the meeting with China? So this is, I'm reading Q now. This is Q. Jim Acosta and the thing. But research is dangerous if someone is leading you to research certain things. Like, just because, this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need Q to feel important or feel like you're doing something. Like the whole like crowdsourcing thing, it's not like, you don't, how do I explain this? Like, it's not like, because you're doing something beneficial does not mean it's beneficial. Like if Charles Manson goes ahead and says, you should really read 1984. Read George Orwell. I'm like, I love George Orwell, but why are you asking me to read that book at this time? Do it now. I'm Charles Manson. I'm asking you. It's a good endeavor. You'll love it. It's like, that's really weird. Why are you doing that? Really weird. All right, hold on one second. So the appeal to patriotism, that's dangerous because this anonymous thing is appealing to people who've suffered for the country, people who've, given everything they have for the country, and it's this anonymous thing. Smokey over the line. Q is Chauncey Gardner from being there. Thank you. Trying to look at. Thank you, Smokey, over the line. Thank you. Thank you. So I find this disturbing. I find it disturbing because, and this is not a diss to anyone. This is not a diss to anyone. Again, please don't twist my words to diss, to say I'm dissing. I'm not dissing anyone. I'm trying to just say that, hey, you know, you got to be careful. So, okay, so I got proof for newbies. I'm a newbie. I want proof. I'm a newbie. I want proof. Yeah. What the heck am I looking at? I'm on 8chan. Think logically. Mass exodus in DC? Max exodus, corporate CEOs. Why? Who has the power? Who has the control? If POTUS not in control, would they be retreating? Who is the AG? A poophead. That's who the AG is. No. I'm the AG. Jeff Sessions. I do think Hillary will again die eventually. And Sessions will be part of it. Anyway. Who must approve the ring dismissal of DOJ officials? Yeah. Read DOJ organizational charge. Who is the FBI director? I know, Christopher Wray. Who must approve the firing dismissal of FBI agents? Christopher Wray. Okay. Why are they slow unredacting data? Because they're a bunch of poopheads. That's why. Why are they so slow walking doc disclosures? Because they're a bunch of poopheads. Everything is they're a bunch of poopheads. I've answered the questions. What if the same data is being used by other investigations? Why are confusing questions asked to outcome Mueller? What was Sessions' Senate confirmation vote? I'm not researching. I don't view this to be research. This is not research. These are answering questions somebody wants you to answer. Who is Huber? We know these things. I'm not tooting my own horn, but if you watch my channel, I talk about these things. Why did Sessions secretly engage Huber? Because everyone wanted a special counsel, and Dumbo said, I can't really give you a special counsel. I'll give you Huber. Timing is everything. They are deeply connected. Think offshore. What is that? Think offshore. What does that even mean? All right. So, okay. So then let me look at. Okay. So then hold on one second. Let me see this thing here. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. So let me go ahead really quickly. Yeah, this is dangerous stuff. I don't think that Caleb and Levi. Hi, H. I love you. I mean it. I have not seen American Pride higher in my life. People feel like taking down those, those you report about, those who have fooled them for years. You want that to stop? No, I don't want that to stop. But the thing is, why, Caleb and Levi? Thank you so very much. Thank you. Why can't people have inspiration from within? There's so much to be inspired from within. Why would any, I don't know if you're referring to Q, but why do people derive inspiration, hope, power, confidence from something they can't see? And then the rebuttals, well, what about God? It's like, you're going to compare God to like this Q thing that you have no idea who's asking these questions? Q has to be either, you know. All right, so hold on one second. So let me just. Okay, so this is 8chan. All right, so the original post. Gotcha. All right, so focus on FBI for now. Jim Rabicki. I've been saying that. I still don't even trip. Don't even start, because I was saying this stuff. Oh, that's like my thing that I do. Jim Rabicki fired. What the? I was saying this stuff. Whatever. I'm not even going to get into Jim Rabicki fired, James Baker fired, McCabe fired, Comey fired. How many times have I said this stuff? Oh my gosh. Whatever. Whatever. Just whatever. I mean, this is this is ridiculous. I get no props for this stuff. Okay. Just joking. But I say this all the time. Read the drops. Confirmed. Why did Hussein travel ahead of POTUS? Eh? Trump would not be in office for long, suggesting he could be out this year. Confirmed. Read drops. Important context for future. Why is Hussein? They're calling Obama Hussein. That also is not. Review time. Not seeking re-election. Fellow patriots. Who is this that says fellow patriots? How do I know you're a patriot? How do I know this thing is a patriot? As Alipat, Q can be right 90% of the time and then lead you down the primrose path as the end game. Exactly. Exactly, as Alipat. Exactly. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but the original said, look who's fired, look who's fired. Okay, whatever. Q wants to, it's like the remix of me. Caleb and Levi, thank you. Thank you, Caleb and Levi. And Levi. And I appreciate you watching. You're awesome. Thank you. Azalipan, I could have said it better than could not have said it better than myself. Bombastic Bushkin. Bombastic Bushkin. Fired up liberals raised $1 billion on website Act Blue for candidates. Cause ahead of midterms. Strawberry report. Nah. $1 billion. That's wasted money. Is that? Did they really raise $1 billion? That would be a waste of money. David Gabbard, seriously, visit Praying Medic's YouTube channel. Watch some of his stuff on his last FISA is good. You should interview him. Thank you, David. I will look into that. So I will look into that, David. Thank you. Bombastic Bushkin. Act Blue. $1 billion? You lost one. Can't be. Let me see. Act Blue raises $1 billion. Wow, liberal donations through Act Blue top $1 billion ahead of midterms. It's all going to be siphoned to Hillary 2020. So that's a waste of money right there. Because you figure they've already spent billions on hating Trump. It doesn't work. He's at 50% now. So I wouldn't worry. I appreciate you telling me that. Yeah. Donations will top 1.5 billion. They siphon a lot of this stuff off. Wow, this is that's very lucrative for them. A lot of this stuff will be siphoned off, and a very small percentage will actually go to candidates, just like what they did with Hillary, as always. So, as Alipad, I agree with you, but let me just go ahead. Now, what is this stuff? Thank you for the info, Sean. Okay, here. Clinton Foundation post-election loss layoffs. This is exactly the original Batman. Okay? I grew up early 80s watching original Batman. Clinton Foundation post-election loss layoffs. The Joker. Will he be back? Same bad channel, same bad time. Why? Number 1, selling secrets. Number 2, selling future access. I talk about this stuff all the time. Selling silence. Selling silence. Why do we allow former dignitaries security clearance? I've been asking a question forever. If I find out Q's been copying my stuff, it's game on. Welcome to the deep state, future to prove past. Whatever, man. I've been doing this day 1. I knew it, H. David Masker. No, I am not Q. I'm H. I'm H to the A. David, thank you. Not Q. Not Q. Not Q. Not Q. Not Q. Azalipot, thank you. David, thank you. Linda Watson, thank you. Linda Watson, thank you. Papa D. Turns out Q knew of Mrs. Orr's secret communication link. Quickly pointed out that was described definitely was not very clandestine. If true, exhibits HRC-like ignorance. I can check, but now bored. Well, I appreciate it, Papa D. Thank you. Thank you, Papa D. Linda Watson, thank you. David Masker, David. Thank you, David. I am not Q. I am H. Azalipot, thank you. Let me read this stuff now. Let's see what I say. I mean, I've been saying this endlessly. Facebook is listening to you. And we knew that from Assange and WikiLeaks. Are they recording safe housing? Building 8. Attacks will only intensify. Okay. What does that even mean? Follow the P. Think timing. Coincidence? What is this? You quoting the Bible? What kind of sick person Q is to quote the Bible? Finally be strong in the Lord and his almighty power. Is this Q? Am I reading Q? Who posted the Bible verse? Why would Q post Bible verses? Am I reading this right? Am I reading this right? Q doesn't have followers for money. I don't ask followers for money. It's the super chat. They can donate if they like. But Q, that's because nobody knows who Q is. It could be Hillary, in which case she doesn't need any money. And I'm doing more live chats because it's fun to do. Actually, the channel doesn't grow. I would actually grow a lot more. I'd be like 130,000 if I just uploaded. So, and the live chats are pretty awesome. So that, and a Q, by the way, you couldn't even donate to Q because nobody knows who Q is. That's a big issue. Nobody knows who Q is. And let me tell you, if Q said, here's the donation link, you could rest assured there would be hundreds of thousands of dollars donated. So thank God Q doesn't ask for a donation link. Every day. Believe me, my pockets aren't being lined. This is independent media. Okay. At least you know who I am. You can like me, dislike me, not like my thoughts, but you know who I am. You don't know who Q is. And there's a lot of people who would give a lot of money to somebody they have no clue who it is. I find it also, not that I'm like, I mean, to each his own, but I find it also kind of disgusting that Q is quoting Bible verses. Love is patient, love is kind. That's great. Who are you? Why are you on HN? It does not envy. It does not. So now, wait a second. I'm supposed to believe that a military alliance close to Trump is quoting Bible verses? How do you know? They're I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. Yes, I'm a Sanders plant. Not a Sanders plant, no. Thank you, Devin Weston. Thank you. Thank you, Ammo Money. Thank you, Devin. Thank you. Again, I'm not going ahead and insulting anybody. If I'm not saying that, like, did I say that people are stupid for believing in Q? No. I didn't say that. I said it's dangerous, and I said you should. I don't agree that it's legit. Welcome to the mainstream. We knew this day would come, but it's not mainstream. So here, thank you, Linda Watson. Thank you. I hope I'm showing my true self. Why would my thing is what? And now I'm like actually reading it. I'm like, what? This is horrible. Why would you quote Bible verses if you're this anonymous, anti-deep state person? Why would you quote Bible verses? That's just yet another tug and pull emotionally. It's the brown pill. Ask not what Q can do for you. Ask what Q can do for you, country. All right, so hold on one second. We hold these truths to be self. Oh my God. All right, so wait, what's going on here? What does it mean if a grand jury is impaneled? What are confusing questions asked to outcome? What? Okay, so did HRC get a free pass? Yeah. Use logic. This is like a game to keep people occupied, to make people feel good about themselves, to then control them. It's overt mind control. Overt. This is like not even a question as to what it is. Like it's quite dangerous, Q is. And it's not, it's overtly dangerous. Timing is everything. Department of Justice does not discuss ongoing investigations. And if it happened to be right, that's even more overt that it's like a bad thing. Because if you have people who actually have access, the Yahtzee won. Devin Weston, thank you. Devin Weston, thank you. Thank you, Devin Weston, thank you. The Yahtzee won, my 2 cents. Besides the weirdness which surrounds Q, he has also created enthusiasm. Yeah, but that's not good. That's not good, though. If Charles Manson goes ahead and creates enthusiasm, is the enthusiasm good? No. I don't want any good feeling derived from Manson. It's like you got to question it. And also encouraging to think out of the box. But anyone can do that on their own and do research. That's a good thing. Yeah, but you can do. But people did research without Q. The Yahtzee won. It's important to know who is leading you. You can say, like, a person could watch me, like, you're an idiot. Believe me, I've been told I'm an idiot enough. Believe me, in the last, 4 years. Believe me. Okay, every day on the left, you're an idiot, you're a moron. Some, you know, even sometimes, you know, nowadays, especially when I'm talking about Q, you're an idiot. But you have no idea who is creating, why the crutch? What happened to this? Shouldn't you want to be enthusiastic about learning without an anonymous thing on a message board? The fact, ladies and gentlemen, the fact that Q is right about things is actually quite dangerous. Then that would mean that perhaps there's somebody in the know that's leading a whole bunch of people to Lord knows where and quoting Bible verses, which is disgusting. Disgusting because the Bible verses should not be part of the pull, emotional pull. People need to feel good about themselves. People need hope. People need enthusiasm. On a positive note, I rescued an orange tabby kitten today. His name is Pookie Snuggles. Hey, Sojourner, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Sojourner, thank you. Thank you, hey, Sojourner, thank you. That's awesome. I'm sure the kitten is very cute. Pookie Snuggles, thank you. Horace, agreed. If it's a plea for emotions, usually employ to manipulate or deceive. Exactly. Linda Watson, thank you. If you're quoting Bible verses and you're using words like patriots, this is a manipulative tactic. It would be the same if I called somebody like sweetheart or, you know, fellow Americans. I mean, if I don't know. It's something to bring you in. And then these questions, if people do this research and they're like, oh, I feel good about myself, I'm doing research, and this thing is getting me to do research, that's also bad. Do research on your own. Ask questions on your own. This is all. Do what I do. Read the Washington Post and then tear it apart. And then ask questions on your own. Watch Styx, Lionel, all of them. But it's like they don't only like. There are people who talk about Q, but they also talk about a million other things. You know, there's a whole bunch of hard bastard goes ahead, looks at actual, you know, clips or article type, you know, and breaks it apart. I mean, you could simply go ahead, read Fox, read MSNBC. Here's infinitely. I know people are gonna say, "Oh, HA, you're an idiot." Okay, you want to know what's infinitely better than Q? I'm going to tell you right now. Go to Fox, go to MSNBC. Whether it's Mueller, whether it's Comey, whether it's Strzok, read an MSNBC article on Strzok, read a Fox article on Comey, or no, Judicial Watch article. Read Judicial Watch, then read Media Matters, or MSNBC, or CNN. Read a CNN article and then read a Judicial Watch article. Compare the difference between the two. Compare the difference you read in terms of the evidence given. You can see, and you would then be led to a million other questions. Well, how come MSNBC is not bringing up what Judicial Watch is bringing up regarding Strzok? You can do the reverse regarding immigration. Well, Judicial Watch is saying this about immigration, but what about the fact that, well, there are a million people who a million undocumented immigrants within the agricultural industry? No, I respect everybody. I don't, you know. No, I'm saying do it on your own. You don't need to go to a source. The Yahtzee, I meant enthusiasm for the president. Do research related to Q questions. But the enthusiasm for the president should be from within, not from any other source. It should be, hey, you know, the economy is good. North Korea, you know, I mean, it should be from just public, you know, It's about the message, not the messenger. But the message is manipulated by the messenger. A lot of times, see, the thing is, it's not who is saying it. It's the fact that the person saying it doesn't want to be known. That is a very big problem. Some people need a positive push. Those people should only get a positive push from themselves and a sense of hope to do research. But those people, I am no better than those people. Nobody is better than, if you are a Q person and you rely on Q for hope, I am no better than you, but I don't rely on Q. The president, by the way, is no better than you. Nobody on the planet is better than you. You can do anything on your own, and you don't need anyone to give you any hope or inspiration or anything. All HJ has is his credibility. The moment he starts relying on quoting unknown sources, he loses that and becomes no better than the talking heads on MSNBC. He must remain skeptical about Q. Toggle of Bailgun, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Toggle of Bailgun. The Yahtzee one, thank you, as always. If you want to unsubscribe, I respect you for that, but understand something. Understand something. The people who unsubscribe because I'm bringing this up, you probably should question the emotional pull you have for something that you haven't seen. And let's not talk about God. Yeah, you can't see God. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. The issue is the emotional pull. I'm not threatened at all. What I'm worried about is why people would give allegiance to something that they don't know who it is. If Q knows more than I ever will, what does he know? What does it know? Who is it? I have no idea what it knows. Q doesn't know anything. It's asking questions. I know a lot more than Q. I'm not asking a million questions because I know the answer to a lot, like great percentage of the questions, but thank you. Thank you, Wendy Breeze Flower. Thank you. I am doing my own thing, but that's the thing. Is like, no. I'm not getting emotional. I'm responding to people who are emotional regarding this issue. Gregory Tong, thank you. Thank you, Gregory. Toggle of Bailgun, thank you. The Yahtzee, thank you. It's just a really dangerous thing. Benjamin Nash. H, do you believe there's an attempted silent coup during the 2016 election? I believe that there was. So, Benjamin, I believe that there's pretty much a documented coup of everybody involving everybody from Glenn Simpson, Christopher Steele, Peter Strzok, Andrew McCabe, James Comey, Bruce Anelli, or all of these people. They all did the same thing for the same purpose, which is to help Clinton. So, Benjamin, I think it was pretty overt. I think it wasn't silent. I think it was overt and loud. Gregory Tong, thank you. Thank you, Gregory. And again, I'm not like dissing. I keep trying to say I'm not dissing Q people. I'm saying that it's dangerous. And you can disagree with me. It's fine, but it is dangerous. Papa D, if you know the subject's credibility checks are there, still need the research which Q recommends. But no one, this is my point, though. No one should recommend that you do something good because then you're assigning the positive attributes of that action to this anonymous person on a message board or people. What I'm trying to say is we have no idea who Q is. And no clue who Q is. So I was writing in 2016, I asked President Trump in a Daily Caller article to free Julian Assange, to pardon Julian Assange. Then there's a queue in 2017 in Christmas. But then you have the decoding this cryptic QAnon post. Why can't I not? Okay, hold on 1 second. So is Hussein HA, not everyone is like you. Some people are not as strong as not as intellectual. I do appreciate that, but I'm not that strong and I'm not that intellectual. I agree with you on what you said. It can be dangerous, but seeing what change it has done, it's been good. That's true, the Yahtzee. It could be good, but at the same time, that's all part of the pull. Look, when those seances that Harry Houdini exposed, people longed, obviously, like anyone longs to speak to those who have passed. A seance for a lot. No, I am not. I am not a Satanist. So, yeah. So on a sad note, people were happy when they were able to speak to Aunt Betsy. Is that you, Aunt Betsy? I can hear you. And then they found out that Harry Houdini found out that a lot of the people running the seances would do things with their legs, would move things, and it would be they would be like, oh my God, there's a spirit in here. So it's dangerous. Again, also, okay, so if I can tell you right now, if he's referring to President Obama as Hussein, not good. That's another ploy. That's another ploy. That's patriots, Bible verses referring to Obama as Hussein. So it's obviously ultra conservative in its image, or the way it's marketing. But I don't know if it knows more than me, because I don't know what it knows. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. Who is Q? Let me ask this. I'll ask to the live chat. And I'm not dissing anyone. I mean, I'm not diss. The type of guy I am. If I wanted to diss, I'll go ahead and, get nasty. I don't do that stuff. I mean, I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. If I wanted to diss Q, I could really, But who is Q? What is Q? Someone explain to me. I'm concerned about Q being outed right before a critical election, creating chaos within it. Why would it create? Q concerns me greatly. I can't figure out about it. But why would Q should never have that power? This letter should never have that power. Who are you? I am me. I am H.A. Goodman in front of you. I don't know who Q is. Who is Q? But is it a he? Is it a she? Is it? I'm looking at Q posts right now. So here. So Q has different, hold on one second. So okay, so then why is Mrs. Christine Assange, everyone associated closely with WikiLeaks is like, don't trust Q. And that's another thing also. Then focus on the FBI for now. That's dangerous. All right, let's go ahead. What is this crap also? What does fear look like? What does panic look like? What does control look like? What does coordination look like? What does fake news look like? Sheep no more. Come on. Come on. Papa D, something I knew from the Cuban uprising days and other stuff told me, and it sounded like Q as well, that the Mrs. Ortail couldn't be ignored. Q dare not reveal. I sure wouldn't. Well, I've been talking about Bruce Anelio for a while. I mean, everybody, a lot of people have. I mean, Judicial Watch been talking about it for a long time. But see, this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. What does fear look like? What kind of dumb question is that? Yeah, we're getting into philosophy now. This has nothing to do with MAGA or Trump or Strzok. Bible verses don't either. What does fear look like? What does panic look like? What does control look like? What does coordination look like? What does fake news look like? Sheep no more, but sheep is actually, sheep follow things. People are following this. He's saying sheep no more. He's relying on people following. What does fear look like as a philosophical thing? You have to be dangerous. The Q proofs. Yeah. And it's like, okay, so there's like, okay, the original post and then what takes place, but there's a lot of like reaching, a lot of open-ended questions and open-ended statements. So hold on one second. Let's look at this. And I get that, like, I do understand, like, I get the issue of, oh, well, it's good because so something I knew from the Q. So thank you, Papa D. Again, like, I'm not dissing anyone. My thing is not dissing. My thing is, you know, all right, let's go ahead. So if I go to the 8chan thingy, so this is the proof for newbies. What the is this? Everyone has an opinion. Few have the facts. Few know the plan. What plan? What facts are you talking about? Yes, everyone has an opinion. What plan? Few know the plan, but you know the plan? Q knows the plan? No, it's dangerous. Trust the plan? So here we go. I thought it was a joke. It actually is. The swamp is being drained. Trust the plan, Justice Q. But I was telling you that a long time ago. Whatever. Whatever, man. If you know the plan, stay the course and trust the plan. Oh, I don't like that at all. Fellow patriots, what you are about to learn should not scare you, but intensify your resolve to take back control. Freedom. Freedom. The information that will become public will further demonstrate the criminal and corrupt, pure evil abuse of power that Hussein administration undertook in joint efforts with domestic and foreign dignitaries. The snowball's begun rolling, and there is no stopping it now. D5. Stay the course and trust the plan. Protect measures are in place. Protective measures are... What is this, like Buck Rogers? Protective measures are in place. Warp 5. Warp 5 now. Remain brave. Barf. This is a barf right here. Oh my God. Remain brave. We knew this day would come. Is this an actual post I'm reading? We fight. Conspiracy no more. Q. Ay, ay, ay. Remain brave. Who is this that's giving you emotional support? Who is this that's giving me emotional support? I'm not dissing. I'm not mocking. But who is this that gives me emotional support? Q is not John Brown. This is a script. It's a script. I'm not dissing, but it's a script. Okay? I know people like who write scripts. This is a script. Remain brave. We knew this day would come. United we stand. We fight. This is like a scene from Braveheart. I'm not dissing. I'm not dissing. I'm not dissing. I am not dissing. I'm trying to say it's dangerous. Look. I'll leave you eventually with this, and I'll keep saying it, okay? HA needs a Q impersonation, Q. When I heard a bit on Daily News, instant flashbacks to 1950s Cuba, my holy crap moment, do I trust NSA to be as perspicacious? NSA, I wouldn't trust him. Azalipod, HE does solid reporting. Why is it so important to some of you that believes in Q? Thank you, Azalipod. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But I'm going to leave you with a theological... The only way to do this would be to fight fire with fire. So I'll leave you with a I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't say that. In theology, if you believe in Jesus or Allah or the Torah or whatever, good old theology from HA doing his offensive. They say that if somebody, look, let's say, for example, you're walking, you're like, dude, I'm walking on the street, and someone says, give me money or you will be cursed. You will be cursed. Give me $1 or you'll be cursed. And then they like do this whole thing. And they're like, give me $1 right now or I will curse you forever. And curse everyone you know. One way theologically is to simply say, look, there's only God and every other human being is just human. Meaning that human beings don't possess any superpowers. Only God would be ethereal and have like superpowers. Hold on. I'm getting to the point. So exactly. So Dawn, exactly. That's my point. No diss. So here's my point. Only God knows. Only God, from a theological sense, has the power to do something superhuman. In terms of, even let's say Q is right about everything, or let's say Q is wrong about a lot. Let's say you have to stretch to get Q to be right about something. Okay? The emotional pull, whatever spiritual or emotional or psychological benefit people derive from Q, whether it's because it gives you because it gives you the strength, the confidence, the motivation, the incentive, the esprit de corps, whatever it is. You have to be very, not only suspicious, but you cannot let anything anonymous that is on a message board or that is on anything technological, because this right here, this camera, this computer, if it's like, be brave, patriots, be, God, let me quote God, Bible verses, patriots, and then, Hussein, this is a form of manipulation. This is a form of psychological and also, to an extent, spiritual manipulation in a way. You want to get really, it's definitely a form of psychological. Papa D, I'm dismissive of the manipulation, the psychological and the emotional manipulation via, oh, well, it's getting people to do good things. I don't want to do good things from somebody. I don't want to be motivated to do good things from somebody that I cannot see, or a group of people, or a computer program, or whatever. Because it's very easy to say, let's go ahead, get a whole bunch of people to do good things, and then complete 180. You see what I mean? Anyway. It could be quite dangerous. And why does Q is there a reason, and I'm asking the question, I'm not going to, is there a reason Q changes its profile, or does it change its profile? Caleb and Levy, as Allwed, because folks on the board stood up for HA. 2016 HA video gives us tons of answers Q asked. This is how they arrived at this channel. It's just weird right now. Well, if Q, I have nothing to do with Q. So, that's bizarre. If Q just impugned my thing by using my channel, it's not good. He's probably copying off me. So, that's probably what's taking place. I've answered all those questions. Thank you, Azalipat. Thank you. Caleb and Levy, thank you. Here's what I don't get. Who's baking? Who's baking? Who's baking? What is this? Is there a bakery? Is there a bakery here? Oh, no. Sorry, that's the anonymous thingy. All right, so hold on. It's the anon thing. Okay, so here you go. Okay. Okay, so Q questions. Oh my God. Wow. All right, so I guess we can go ahead and is the wait. The storm. You know, ladies and gentlemen, just because everyone's lying doesn't mean one place that gives you answers is a good thing. That's the thing also. You should not derive any strength. Azaliapat, thank you. Caleb and Levi, then respect him for staying on top of the things without Q prompts. Thank you, Azaliapat. Thank you. Thank you, Caleb and Levi. Thank you. Thank you, Caleb and Levi. Thank you. Yeah, but I don't know who's leading the revolution. That's the issue. Who's leading the do your own research, but the research is they're asking questions leading to and they have to now also, why would just be very wary of things that are told to you from the vantage point of technology. Like, for example, this anonymous thing making you answer questions is dangerous. It's dangerous. You have no idea what the motive is. Also, does the trip code change with Q? Yes or no? I'm not dividing anyone. I'm not dividing anyone. I'm giving my thoughts and, you know, letting the chips roll, you know, like, also, like, I don't, like I said, like, I don't disparage anyone who I think it's, me saying I think it's dangerous and I think it is not legitimate is not disparaging anyone. I'm giving my, so does the trip code for Q changes often, correct? All right, ladies and gentlemen, so let's go ahead and real quick. So just my thing is the whole, like, the trust the plan thing. I'll just leave you with this, okay? Do what you like. I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm not disrespecting anyone. I'm not disparaging anyone. I'm not judging anyone. I can only go ahead and give you my thoughts as one human being to another. Trust the clam. Any technology, any person that's anonymous that is giving you any inspiration or hope or confidence and asking questions and saying patriots and quoting Bible verses is very dangerous. And if it would be the equivalent of Charles Manson telling you to read George Orwell's 1984, which is one of the greatest books ever written, that request, a request to read George Orwell is a good thing. Reading George Orwell is a good thing. Having Charles Manson ask you to read it is a very bad thing. Because then it would be like, well, why are you asking me at this moment to read George Orwell? What's in it for you, buddy? Charles Manson. Weird, you know. HAQ will never replace unicorns. Thank you, No Single J. Thank you. Always be skeptical, not just skeptical. Forget skepticism. Always be, you have to always view anonymous questions or encouragement from an anonymous source as very dangerous. because you just don't know if that anonymous source has your worst interests in mind. You don't know if that anonymous source is evil. That's my point. That's my point. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for listening to my spiel. No disrespect. Again, zero disrespect to any Q people. No disrespect at all. I love you all, whether you agree or disagree with Q or whatever. I do not agree with Q. I find it very, very, very dangerous and manipulative. But thank you so very much. No, but I'm not evil because I'm reading from, I give you the sources I read from, you know who I am, and you can go and read all the things I've written, and you can actually go through my evolution as a human being from when I was a Bernie supporter to now a Trump supporter. You know who I am because people have actually seen my evolving in my viewpoint. I'm not an anonymous person on a message board quoting Bible verses and telling people to trust some kind of imaginary plan and asking questions, perhaps for a specific purpose. Sherry, thank you. Q methodology. Okay, I'm going to look that up another time. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sherry. Benjamin Nash, HA, you're a good guy and I respect you for your truthfulness and honesty. Benjamin, I appreciate the kind words very much. Thank you so much, Benjamin Nash, for watching. Thank you. Thank you for watching. And I appreciate the kind words, man. Thank you. And thank you for, for supporting this channel. Everybody, thank you so much. I hope I didn't offend anyone. I just think that Q is dangerous. And that always remember, you should, within you, there's a whole bunch of confidence, everything you need to go ahead and do research. You don't need anyone else to kind of lead you in any direction. You decide your own direction in life and in everything. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much to my super chat. Thank you so very, very, very much. Again, I have 100% respect for everyone, pro Q or people like me who think it's very dangerous and manipulative and shouldn't be listened to. Thank you so very, very, very much, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, everyone, for being such a good sport. Again, no disrespect to anyone. I love you all. And thank you. Thank you just for being so wonderful, all of you. Regardless of viewpoint, thank you so very much. And again, no disrespect to anyone at all. Thank you for watching.